How would you like to be a part of a team? How would you like to feel free as you glide across the stage? How would you like to make the crowd scream for more? How would you like to be the life of the party? How would you like to be in the spotlight, feeling invincible while the energy is rushing through your body? How would you like to get a closer look into the life of a fitness instructor? Today's guest will talk about these and other unique experiences while being an instructor for a dance class called Shabam. The Humanities Mass Communications Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Joseph Rivera, to meet the next new director.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling, audio operating, cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 3 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they have completed, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is an NCC student in the film and TV production course who is an experienced dance instructor for over 3 years now. She has learned over 13 hours of choreography and has been dedicated to helping people genuinely have fun while working out. Now I would like you to meet our guest today, Brianna Smith.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for being here. So we know that you are a skilled instructor and have changed people's lives. Your classes seem fun. Please tell us more about the classes you teach.
Well, my class is considered a dance party. Unlike other classes at the gym, it's supposed to be relaxing. The motto is we want you to leave sweaty and smiling. I sometimes teach the class with my cousin, which is really fun. And there are usually between 13 and 16 people that come to the class, and they're dedicated to coming each week. I teach every Sunday morning at 8, and it's such a great way to wake up. The room has a large stage and a huge disco ball hanging from the ceiling. We usually have the main lights off so that the guests can feel free to express themselves and not feel like everybody's watching them. Les Mills is a great program that supplies the music and DVDs, and the moves are choreographed, but we explain before each class that everyone is allowed to add in their own moves and do whatever feels right to them. It's nice to be able to watch the crowd laugh and know that they're having a good time. Rachel Cohen is a talented choreographer. She's in the middle. She is usually the main dancer on the DVD. She selects the music and recruits a few people to help her create the moves. There have been 13 DVDs created, and with each DVD containing 12 new songs. She also takes requests from instructors around the world to see what kind of music should be incorporated. It's nice having people on stage with you. It makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, so you don't feel like everybody's watching you. In order to become certified to teach this class, I had to videotape myself teaching and submit it to the board. It was really nerve-wracking at first, but after a while I became so comfortable being on stage doing what I love. The best part is really seeing the crowd transform and watch as they get lost in the music. We do a lot of funky moves, so it's fun to see their reaction. So in this one, there's more people on stage.
Now, could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, I have always loved photography and have been interested in producing films. I've taken many classes studying film, and I thought it'd be interesting to see the production side of it. It has been eye-opening to see the hard work that has to be put into this, and it was also fun to create stories that you can look back on. It was a required class for my major, and I'm really glad I got to experience the different roles that you have to play.
Now, what are some of the most useful things that you have learned throughout this course?
Well, I'd have to say, we learned how to operate the camera and add in many different angles to create simplicity. We learned how to use lines to create emotion, for example, converging lines that pull you into the picture. And these different elements really helped me understand the concept of good filmmaking. It was also fun to learn Avid and get a sense of every aspect of film. At first, it was easy to learn the basic controls in Avid, but then the editing became more in-depth and I really learned a lot. I've learned that teamwork is very important in this type of industry, and you always have to be ready for what's coming.
Could you please tell us about your learning sequence, the fall nature, and your orange projects?
Well, first I'll tell you a little bit about the learning sequence I did. I first created a storyboard, which seemed to be easy, but it's really in-depth. I then found my actor and used some camera techniques to get the point across. I found it really interesting and eye-opening as to how many angles that you can use. Over the shoulder shots, the clean entrance and exits, as shown right there. Second was my fall nature project. I learned some different camera techniques like the poor man's dissolve, shift focus, and I used emotional lines that I also learned. The shift focus really shows depth and action, and last I incorporated 3 continuous zooms in and out, which were then edited to blend together. I enjoyed editing this project in Avid and also adding the music. That's a converging line right there. Next is my orange project. For this one, we were a little bit more imaginative by having to create a storyline that had a specific concept. I had fun shooting this project and was lucky to have such great actors that were easy to work with. It was interesting to direct and take control. I realized in editing that the music really ties everything together for this specific project.
Now, what would you consider to be your best projects?
I really enjoyed filming the orange project and I felt more comfortable while editing. I used many different angles and close-ups to try and portray as many emotions as I could. I was first intimidated by having the story it involve a piece of fruit, but after playing around with the idea, it became the most interesting project to work on. Dad and baby Orange were going furniture shopping when Orange was kidnapped. That's Dad right there. I always rely on humor and it worked well with this story. I loved being able to improvise at some times when I felt that something needed to be added in or changed. There were a lot of fun different angles and shots like this one, him peeking under the bed. For each shot I had to manually set the white balance since the lighting in the store was very bright and some shots were also done outside. Dad's trying to see if Orange is hanging out with the pears.
Now, you mentioned a variety of things that you have learned throughout the course. What would you say is the most interesting and most important skill you have learned, and how will you apply it to future projects?
The most interesting and important skill I learned would have to be having a lot of variety in the shots that you take and being accurate with the follow-through shots. I would love to create more stories and be able to film them.
Today we got to meet someone who shared with us the excitement of being a dance cardio instructor. As a new TV director, she hopes to apply what she has learned at NCC to document further and other fun and uplifting experiences. She also plans to use the knowledge from Television One to edit all of her upcoming films in the future. I would like to thank our Brianna Smith for joining us today. Thank you, Brianna.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoy meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Joseph Rivera. Directed by Michael Alexander. I'm your announcer, Nat Samber. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.